Digits BB, welcome back everyone to Digits BB. Why is there a mystream.store bot at my stream? As soon as my filter activates too and the chat is active, oh my god, unbelievable, ridiculous. I'm getting rid of this guy. We're not starting the game yet. How, dude, what are you? Leave, man, leave. How many of these bots in here? Crazy. As soon as my stream starts, a bot jumps in. Ridiculous, alright. I haven't even had time to plug in my controller yet, and there's already a bot in my chat. I need to plug in the controller, unwind the cord. Plug this B in. Alright, so now we are in Part 3. We're starting the investigation side quest. Oops, I need to turn off my blue light filter real quick. Makes the game look awkward and we can't see all the colors properly. So we're starting the little investigation side quest, and today we'll be doing the graveyard visit with B. Just make sure, yeah, last thing I did was I got the sketch for playing the TikTok song. Now I need to go talk to Mom. Eels, Mom, eels, honey. Still saying that at this point of the game. Alright, so now we have, on this day in the game, there's a interesting little side quest you have to do of going through the sewers of Possum Springs with, I want to say it was one of May's high school teachers or something. I think it's been a while since I did this side quest. Probably haven't done it since my first playthrough, Night in the Woods in the channel. Unless I did during the Japanese playthrough, I don't remember if I would have. Does Summers still have poems, or... Hold on, let me look at this real quick. Doesn't seem like the guide needs me to read Summers' poems anymore, probably because the only thing we were going for was the, poetry reading in the library, but I'd still like to hear her poetry anyway. This is a short one, because I'm tired. Ahem. I got mad one time. It was online. Alright, short Summers poem. Oh wow, May just got owned with what Summers just said. I go to the library. No, seriously, what were you doing there? The complete lack of concern for May's safety in the sewer. Let me just check if there's anything specific I need to do during this. I guess not, just take the ride and that's it. Guy doesn't elaborate any further. Let's see what we can get what looks like a tennis racket. Is that a tennis racket, or is there something totally different? It's a thing, a sled. A bad bow. Okay, well, May doesn't even know what it is. We have that, or an axe. Dude, I think we should take an axe. Big and axey. We're supposed to use the flashlight at some point, right? To, like, defend ourselves from bats? Those are bats. Alright, before I do this, I'm gonna respond to some important messages on my phone real quick. Alright, back to the game. I will just grab random things just to speed this along. So I was replying to some messages. There's a dinner party happening for English teacher friends who are leaving Japan soon, and my friend informed me of our group of the price of the meal that we're going to be having. And she dropped a price that is so high that it, like, made my eyes jump out of my head, so I need to say something real quick about that. Because, good lord. The price she gave will be, like, my most expensive meal in my entire stay in Japan, if that's actually what we're going to be paying. Hello, Vlad. Welcome. Sorry, I was replying to some messages. Into the juice zone is the phrase used in the Summers poem. Juice verse could be a universe created by Summers' rival in poetry named Velma Van Borister, known as Velmers, a poetic rival. See a football helmet over there. We're just going to give the first garbage we find so we can get along with this. Hello, R. Importer. Welcome back. This is, man, I'm looking at this freaking dinner bill thing that my friend is talking about. Did this other friend either mishear or misreport the cost of these meals? Because I don't think we're dining at a freaking 5-star restaurant for this event. Where is that price coming from? Anyway, that's irrelevant to the game being played right now. I'm just distracted while streaming. Alright, and that is... I was about to say the end of this side quest, but there is maybe one more rivalry with some bats first. Oh no, that's the end. I had my air conditioner off. It's getting too hot and sweaty in here. Get sweaty, stay sweaty. What's this? Hmm? Oh, it fades away. I was like, huh? What's going on? Junebug. Alright, there's a new journal sketch. Alright, so what comes next today? It seems like we have a lot of side quests going on at this point in part 3. Next, talk to Mom at church and go on a little adventure with her. Alright, going on adventure. Let's do it. Skipping work. Who needs work? I say as I haven't gone to work at all this week so far. Alright, and here we go, and... oh, never mind. Alright, yeah, so we're talking about the sinkhole. Alright. Yeah, so a sinkhole gets mentioned, and... wait for it. Wait for it. Spooked. Oh geez, that's rough, the work situation. In my case, I'm just talking about the fact that my teaching job is mostly done, and I've been using vacation days just to prepare for the move. It's been kind of, I don't know, I'm just kind of in like... my brain and body are just on like full alert mode all the time, and it's kind of rough. It's hard to relax when there's so much going on and so much to do. And Grace is largely going through the same thing, so trying to help in any way I can, I guess. Because she's not even really able to take time off work right now, so I want to make sure that since we're both going on the same flight together, that I can arrange whatever I can for both of us. Alright, that is the journey with Mom, and wow, this is quite a lot going on with this journal entry with Mom. It started off as just the face with Mom, now there's so much going on here. Alright, next is... oh yes, Greg's cousin, okay, let's go find her. She's somewhere around here, isn't she hanging out with Bruce or something? Nah, Bruce is by himself. There she is. Dropped out kinda. You don't just kinda drop out. There's more to the story than that. I mean, I guess there could be the difference between dropping out and flunking out, but May chose to leave school, so flunking out is not what happened to her. Jen, Greg's cousin, okay? Love to see it. I don't suppose the weird teens are here today. Nope. Alright, talk to Jen. Now go find the violinist on the roof and talk to Lori as well. Alright, so the violinist is on the roof up here. I didn't realize he shows up so late in the game. I would have assumed that this little thing with the musicians came earlier. Alright, so he is here and Lori is close by somewhere, I think, on the same screen. Yeah, she's right there. And I missed the jump. Shoot, try again. Alright, that wasn't a sketch, that was just an action to boost friendship with Lori. Next is... go to Greg and Angus's building where they live and go inside and go upstairs. I think they live next to the video store. In this area. Yeah, right here. Whoops, what the? How did I just fall there? Need to go back up, I think. I didn't jump down or anything, but that was weird. Whoops, there I slipped. That was on me. Fun, do it again. Make everyone watching dizzy. Alright, so I think I need to line myself up and get on top of here, and then, yeah, platforming. Hella birds. And we talked to the saxophone player in here. Alright, so for now we just need to talk to him, I guess. And then next... oh, I need to make sure I tick the pentagram before I leave. Alright, so there's a pentagram on the wall over here. Yeah. Three weird teens. Alright, then next go talk to Jerem, hang out with him. What is this little dialogue right here? Just talking about birds? Holy shit, it's a lot of birds. Hella birds. Alright, so we're hanging out here. Beautiful view of the sun on the bridge. Nice view of the nature and just a really nice experience out in the wilderness and yeet. Oh, well, May's not very graceful. What's that about cats always landing on their feet? I mean, I suppose she did land on her feet before she stumbled. Alright, here we're introduced to another important character in the game. Rabies. Rabies percent. May says my dad has a pet bird, and Germ says that kind of pet sucks. It's a garbage pet. Says Germ, the bird. But you know, I do have my fan theory about this game. I guess I can perhaps elaborate on it later in the story when certain things are revealed. Then again, I'm going to breeze through the story so fast that people watching who aren't already familiar with this game might not really know what's happening. Unless they can speed read as I'm going through this. It's a nice picture. Alright, next is go to B and take her side quest. This guy driving by looks so bored. So done with this commute. Alright, here we go. One of the investigation side quests. So there's one really funny exchange during this mission that I think is worth actually reading out for anyone who hasn't seen it before. So I'll read that when it comes along. And I saw in my guide a moment ago, there is one thing I need to make sure I do during this side quest to get a sketch, and then the other sketch happens automatically once this quest is over. Alright, moving along. Alright, so the guide, I think it says will be is visiting her mom's grave. Go talk to the gravedigger on the left. This guy right here, the Dompe of Night in the Woods. Then we get the great grave guy. That's the only thing we get left before the, it's the only thing left before we finish this side quest, right? It would appear so. Alright, so now we just play out the mission. I mean, have I checked enough graves and talked to enough people? Is that all I need to do before B's ready? Maybe there are more tombstones that I need to check first. I guess B's still not done. I can jump, it looks like I can't go to the upper level yet. Alright, here it is. Here's the scene I was referring to. So we're here trying to get deep into the graveyard. First, we have the return of the three weird teens. Ho, weary travelers, you seek answers among the dead, but they shall give you none. Haha, oh wow. Hey guys. Do you know these kids? Yeah, we've met. What are y'all doing? Okay, so we are the keepers of the gate. There's a literal gate you're sitting in front of. We govern who shall pass and who shall remain. Alright, well, answer us these questions truthfully. What? And you may pass into the realms of the dead. Okay, fine, whatever. Get on with it. Is that supposed to be a Monty Python reference because of the questions? And the get on with it line? It could be. First question. Have you ever done it? Okay, these are both pretty fun. I think I'll get them to elaborate. Done it? Done it. You heard me. How old are you teens? Answer. Oh, I think on May's behalf, I don't know whether we should answer no or yes to this. I think it's presumed that May's answer is no, I think, if I remember from previous playthroughs. Well, I'll go ahead and say yes. Oh, well, May's kind of making herself look pretty obvious here. It was fantastic. Really? No, I'm very much lying. Okay. And you? Yeah. What? When? Summer before 11th grade. Really? How did I not know this?
That was when you weren't talking to me.
Who? Who did this happen with?
You don't know him. It was at math camp.
A math camp? What is math camp?
You go and, do, math stuff. And camp stuff.
And apparently have lots of sex?
It wasn't good. Top-notch math, though.
This is boring. Next question. Practicing multiplication.
Geez, fine.
Describe your dream date.
These are the stupidest questions.
Yeah, did anyone ask something, spooky at least? Dream date.
Okay, fine. You'd be tall, dress cool, really smart, likes good music. And we go to the movies.
Boring. You? Wrestling.
You're gonna wrestle or you're gonna, watch wrestling?
I feel like given May or answer would probably to be the one participating in the wrestling. I don't care if it's a guy or a girl. Yeah, this is actually really important for the Night in the Woods lore for people into this game, that it's kind of elaborate that May is bi from this cutscene. But they'd have to be grr. Because I don't even want to date someone who's not grr.
So you're gonna wrestle this person?
Yeah, they'd be super tough and cool. And we'd be all tired and dirty and bleeding. And then we'd lay on the floor and tell each other secrets.
That's actually really sweet.
I guess. What do you want from me? Next question. What is your most embarrassing experience?
What?
Just go with it. Answer.
One time I farted in front of the class.
Haha. That's it?
What were you expecting?
Okay, that sucked. Now you go. Oh god. Alright, so to the people watching, there are different stories that May can tell here, depending on what part of her life we refer to. We can tell a junior high story, a high school story, or a college story. I'll leave it to the viewers in the chat, who I'm pretty sure have not seen this cutscene before, what kind of story we want to hear. And I know the game well enough that after we have already chosen and heard what story you guys vote on, I can summarize what the other two are, because I can kind of remember them. If people in chat are still actively watching, if we want junior high, high school, or college, vote for junior high. It is kind of an embarrassing period of life, isn't it, for everyone? Go with junior high. Alright, one time in junior high, oh god. I had just started getting my period, and I bled on the chair in science class. The music stops. Oh god.
Oh god.
And I got up at the end of class and ran.
Oh no.
And this kid came in and sat on the chair.
Oh no.
And later I walked by the nurse office, and the kid was sitting in there with blood on his butt. And the nurse was calling his mom, and he looked at me as I went past, and I think he knew. Okay, that was pretty messed up. You have come face to face with your lowest moment. You may pass unburdened. Unburdened?
Yeah, for real.
Okay, let us pass already. The power to pass was in your hands all along. What?
What the effing hell?
You may go. God damn it.
Go to hell, teens.
Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. I hate everything right now.
Forget it, let's go.
Alright, so that's one of my favorite cutscenes in the game, and you can see why. I don't entirely remember what the situation was with the college story, but the high school story was that she tells a story about prom, where she was with her prom date, and like, gosh, it was something like, something went wrong, like her date accidentally like bumped her in the nose while they were dancing or something, and she got a nosebleed. I think they both bumped into each other and both got nosebleeds, and then they were so grossed out that they like vomited on each other or something like that. Some really crazy high school prom story. And the college story is something about being in like the high school cafeteria and like trying to like talk to somebody that she had a crush on and like spilling food all over herself in front of them or something like that. Or like tripping and spilling food all over them, something along those lines. I don't entirely remember the details. But May has some interesting stories, though perhaps the middle school one could be seen as the most embarrassing. Alright, platforming. I think the way through here is we need to break the gate, right? Isn't it something like that? Like if we try to go forward, May will comment that B's not here? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, junior high is junior high. Probably need to triple jump this. Stand here. There we go. So to elaborate on what's going on here, they're looking for a specific person's grave to investigate like a paranormal mystery, and that's why I'm walking around just looking at these graves as the investigate prompt pops up. Is there something I'm supposed to do with... Oh, yeah, there it is. That is the grave we were looking for. So, I'm going to give a bit of a jump scare warning here, because when I first came across this cutscene, especially because the first time I was playing this game, I was playing it on the Nintendo Switch handheld. I think it was like nighttime, so I was kind of playing like with like dimmed lighting, so it was kind of dark, and and what's about to happen here happened. So quick It's kind of creepy image warning as we're opening a casket. Because I'll admit this kind of spooked me out of it. Alright, speaking of spook and being creeped out. We were being watched. And that is the end of the bee investigation, at least once we get past this little argument here. Spooked. Alright, so there's a journal entry from that. Skull hole. Little Joe's dang skull. Is this why his spirit wanders? Must he be avenged? Saw him! Alright, anything else to do in game today? For the journal. Looks like we're done here. Oh, we're okay. Okay, what time is it now? I guess we can go ahead and do one more day. We're going to be doing another thing that's a bit longer tomorrow. Maybe I should read this cutscene too, though. We're coming up on another favorite scene of mine in the game, so I think I might just read it because it's been a while, you know. The scene we're going to be doing tomorrow is, it's not one of the paranormal investigations thing we're going to do in the next day in the game, after we do some of the side quests during the day, is we're going to be doing the final friendship side quest with B, which is one of my favorite cutscenes in the game, so I think I want to show that off for those in chat who haven't seen it before. It's a really meaningful cutscene. And for that reason, stream is probably going to run a little bit late tonight. That's okay. Oh, we have the conversation with God in the dream, too. I'm just going to breeze through this, though. This is one of the more cryptic parts of the game. And we found God. Alright, so what do we have going on today in the game? We have to talk to Rabies first. Oh, that's right, this is something I missed in quite a lot of my past playthroughs of the game on streams. We don't need to talk to Mom today, do we? I guess not. Alright, so a pretty missable thing once you have discovered Rabies with Germ is that you can go back to this bridge over here, and if you sit down for like a couple seconds on the bridge, Rabies will appear. I didn't know this until I'd already played this game like multiple times through. It's pretty easily missed. Trash King Rabies. I think you can actually have that conversation like each day from here on out too. Alright, next is Constellations with Chazikov. Hello, Brutotherapy, welcome back. Here, I'll welcome you back with a Selmer's poem. Life goes on. It feels so long. But I report, life is too short. Here's another happy one. Life is great, but life is hard. Let's grill hot dogs in the backyard. Selmers, everybody. Should I have anything else to say? I was commenting about Chazikov being there. It's been like forever, but it feels like we just spoke yesterday. Probably because that is what we did. But it's been like a full 24 hours. Whoops, missed that jump. I think we're almost done with the constellation at this point, actually. I think there's only like 2 more days in part 3, or well, today and the next day, right? If today is the final friendship quest with B, and then the next day is the second of the 3 investigation choices, and the game cuts ahead to part 4. We're almost done with these stars. What the devs thought of the tracks. When you say tracks, do you mean like the music in the game? The music, yeah. Well, the interesting thing is that, you know, Night in the Woods was made by a very small team. All of the music you hear throughout the entire game was composed by one person who is like one of basically the 3 people who did most of the stuff in this game. Unfortunately, the guy who composed the music is deceased now, but yeah, I think this whole game, for the most part, I'm sure there's other little touches added here and there by others and the publisher and stuff, but the core of the game, including the music and the visuals and all the writing and stuff, was done by 3 people. The music and a lot of the programming being done by Alec, who is no longer with us. And then Scott and Bethany basically wrote the whole game, and Scott did a lot of the illustrating. And fun fact is that Scott and Bethany are actually a married couple. They did most of the game's writing was done by a couple from the same town, I believe. Alright, so next is talk to the violinist again. But yeah, the music in this game is pretty incredible. It's also all available on like Spotify and such too. It really sets the mood for a lot of the stuff that happens in the game, like the ups and downs. Because this game goes pretty much all over the place in terms of mood, and they have like some really like calming chill music, some high tension music. Alright, then go talk to Lori again. Yeah, it's, let's see. Gotta hang out with Laura again. That's another train tracks scene. Yeah, I won't elaborate on it too much because it's kind of a dark subject, but, yeah, this game came out like 2017, I think in like 2019 or so. It was revealed that, Alec, one of the guys behind this game, was like an abuser in past relationships, and unfortunately he when that information became public and he lost a lot of, I guess, credibility in the industry, he took his own life a couple days after that. And it was, you know, like you don't want that sort of thing to ever happen to somebody, really. You don't, you know. Like he did bad things and hurt people, but at the same time you don't want somebody to just end in that. You don't want their life to end in that kind of way. But it was revealed after that point that like he, you know, there was a pretty troubled relationship between the trio that made the game too. Like him and the Scott and Bethany had, you know, this game almost didn't come out because of how much tension there was in their working relationship. So it's kind of a miracle that this game could happen and reach so many people. So I guess, you know, it's the complicated situation of people being complex and people who can hurt others and do a lot of damage to the people in their lives, and at the same time like produce work that brings good and introduces meaning to the lives of others. Alright, so it's another journal sketch from from Lori's story. I think it might be the last time we hang out with Lori in the game. Alright, I talked to the musician. The musician on the other screen near Greg and Angus's apartment.